Today we're learning how to solve system of equations by graphing, and we're starting right away with an example. If you can graph two lines, you can find the solution. Let me show exactly how it works. Well, here's our first example. Both equations are already written in a slope-intercept form, which is the most convenient format for graphing. All we need is the slope and y-intercept, which are m is our slope, rise over run, and that's how we will graph it. And then b is our y-intercept, and this is the point where the line crosses the y-axis. Let's take a look at our first equation. Our m, the slope, is 2. So since it's a whole number, we have to make it into a fraction. So our rise will be 2, and then our run will be 1. Okay, and our y-intercept is 1. Let's go ahead and graph that. So y-intercept is 1, so I'm going to count 1 on the y-axis. Remember I said it has to cross the y-axis. So that is the point where the line crosses the y-axis. Let's go ahead and graph our next point, which is using the slope. So the slope is 2, which will be our rise, and then 1, which will be our run. So rise, we're going to go up since it's a positive slope, and then run, we're going to go towards right, again, because it's a positive slope. Let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to go up 2, and then we're going to run 1. And then we're going to put our point right there. Okay, let's do that again, going up 2 and 1, up 2 and 1. I think we're ready to draw a line. Let's go ahead and work with our second equation. Our slope is -1. -1 over 1. Okay, so our y-intercept is 7. That means we start with our y-intercept, go up to 7. So on a y-axis, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's our point where the line is crossing the y-axis, and now our slope is negative, so therefore it's -1 over 1. So we're going to rise, that means we're going to go down, and then run, we're still going to go towards right. And if you keep this method going when it's a positive slope going up to the right, and then for negative slope going down to the right, you will always get the lines plotted correctly. So let's go ahead and do that. 1 over 1. Again, we're going to go down 1 and then to the side 1. And here we're going to put our point. We're going to do that again. 1 over 1, 1 over 1, and 1 over 1. We should have enough points to draw a line. Alrighty, here's our line. And the point of intersection will be our solution. Let's go ahead and check what is that point. It will be right over here, and that point is 2, 5. That is our solution. And here's what you need to know. So when the lines are crossing, there is only one solution. What does this mean in real life situation? Imagine two friends are traveling and they have a meeting point, and one of them is closer, that means traveling a bit slower, and the other one is a bit further away and traveling faster. And they will meet after 2 hours, and their travel distance will be 5 miles. So our x-axis will show travel time, and then our y-axis will show traveled distance. Let's find a solution for this system of equations by graphing. However, both equations are written in a standard form, and we can graph this two ways. One, find the x-intercept and the y-intercept and connect those 2 points. Or we can rewrite the equations in a y-intercept form. Stay tuned, I will show how to rewrite an equation in a y-intercept form, but for this particular one, I'm gonna find the x-intercept and y-intercept. When we talk about the x-axis, that means it's a point where y is 0 and the line is crossing the x-axis at that specific point. And we talk about y-intercept, that means x is 0 and the line is crossing the y-axis at that specific point. Okay, so let's rewrite our first equation. 2x plus y equals 8. Let's first find our x-intercept, which means that our y will be 0. Okay, 2x plus 0 equals 8. Well, 2x equals 8. Now divide both sides by 2. So our x equals 4. So our x-intercept is 4, in which means y is 0. Let's plot this point right here. So y is 0, x is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is our first point on the graph. Let's rewrite that point right over here so you can see. Okay. Now let's find the y-intercept, which means that x will be 0. X plus y equals 8, and let's set the x as 0 and find the y. 2 times 0 plus y equals 8. 2 times 0 is 0, y equals 8. So let's go ahead and write that. So our y-intercept is 8. That means, again, this is a point on the y-axis where the line will cross. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that is our point. Let's connect our points. Let's find the x-intercept and y-intercept for the second equation. So our second equation, x minus y equals 1. So we're going to set y as 0 and find x. So x minus 0 equals 1. So x minus 0 is x. So x will equal 1. So here's our first x-intercept. And let's plot that point. That means x is 1 and y is 0. And let's find the y-intercept, which will mean that x is 0 and y we'll find out in a minute. All right, so let's set the x0. x0 minus y equals 1. So 0 minus 1 is negative y equals 1. Here, don't stop here because negative y means negative 1 times y. So we have to divide both sides by negative 1. And so our answer will be negative 1. So our y-intercept is negative 1. Let's go ahead and plot that point. So negative 1 is right over here. Let's draw the line. Okay, so this is our second equation graphed, and here's our solution, which will be 0.3, 2. So let's recap. To find the solution for system of equations that are written in a standard form, we can find the x-intercept and y-intercept and graph those points, and then find our solution. Here's a special case where we have mixed forms, and the first one is written in a standard form and the second one is written in a y-intercept form. To graph the equation that's written in a standard form, I can either find the x-intercept or y-intercept or rewrite the equation in a y-intercept form. Now I'm going to rewrite the equation in a y-intercept form for this particular example. Let's go ahead and write our equation x plus 3y equals 9. And so we're rewriting in a y-intercept form. And y-intercept form, as you can see here, is y equals mx plus b. And that's what we're going to do. That means we have to isolate y. So I'm going to move the x to the other side, subtract x from both sides, and then rewrite the equation. This will mean 3y equals negative x plus 9. Okay, after this, we're going to have to divide both sides by 3. And so that will be 3 will cancel each other out. So that will be y equals negative 1 over 3x plus 3. All right, so now that we have our equation written in a y-intercept form, let's go ahead and graph it. To graph this equation, we need the m, which is our slope, right over here. Our m is negative 1 over 3, and we need our y-intercept, which is 3. Let's go ahead and start by plotting the y-intercept, which is here. That means it's a point where the line will cross the y-axis, and our y-axis is right here. Okay, remember that our slope is rise over run. For this case, it's a negative, so that means we're going to go down and then to the side, to the right side, in order to get a negative slope. Okay, so we're going to go down 1 and 3 to the side. 1, 2, 3. And then plot our point right over there. Okay, let's go ahead and graph our second equation. As you can see, our second equation is written in a y-intercept form, which will mean that we need the slope and the y-intercept, which is b. So our slope is negative 1 over 3, which will be rise. Since it's negative, we're going to go down and then run, which will be going towards right. Again, keep these the same. So if it's negative slope, we're going to go rise down and then run to the right. It's always the same. If it's a positive slope, you're going to go up, rise up, and then to the right, and you will get a negative slope. Let's go ahead and find our y-intercept, which will be negative 5. Okay, so let's plot those points. For our y-intercept, that's where we're going to start. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there is our y-intercept. And now we're going to use rise over run, rise 1, and that means going down 1, and then 3 to the side, which will be right over here. We're going to do that again. Rise 1 and 3 to the side. So I want you to notice one thing. Did we have the same slope for the first one and the second one? And the answer is yes. But look over here, our lines are not crossing. And what do you think about that? So this is a special case. Both lines have the same slope, negative 1 over 3. And that means that we will never find a solution because those two lines are parallel. And when the lines are parallel, they will never cross. In this case, we have no solution for the system of equations. And in real life, it will mean, let's say, two people are traveling at the same speed, so their paths are not going to cross because they're traveling at the same speed. For instance, let's say if it's a run and one person started like 2 minutes before another person and they're traveling at the same speed, they will never catch up to each other. All right, let's find the solution for this system of equation by graphing. As you can see, the first equation is written in a standard form and the second equation is written in a y-intercept form. It's much easier to graph anything that's written in a y-intercept form. And sometimes the solution can be infinitely many solutions, no solutions, or one solution. Let's go ahead and see what type of solution this system has. Have you noticed that our first equation is written in a standard form? And to graph an equation written in a standard form, either we can find the x-intercept and y-intercept, or we can rewrite it in a y-intercept form. So to rewrite the equation in a y-intercept form, it should have y equals mx plus b. That means isolating y and solving for y. So let's rewrite our equation. 2x minus 4y equals 8. So we're going to subtract 2x from both sides. Okay, negative 4y equals negative 2x plus 8. Some of you may think like, why didn't I divide 8 by negative 2x? This is a very common error because, well, 8 doesn't have any x, so I cannot divide those two. They're not like terms. Okay, so we're going to divide both sides by negative 4, and we're doing this because we still are solving for y. All right, y will equal negative 2x divided by negative 4 will be positive 2 over 4x, and then 8 divided by negative 4 will be minus 2. Now here we need to still simplify our fraction, which will mean 2 over 4. Both can be divided by 2, and it simplifies to 1 over 2. Let's go ahead and rewrite that. Y equals 1 over 2x minus 2. That is our first equation. And now let's rewrite that here so we can see it clearly. Okay, from here we need our slope, which will be our m, 1 over 2. And remember, we rise 1. And since this is a positive slope, that means we're going to go up 1. And then we're going to run. That means we're going to go right 1 as well. And so our y-intercept is negative 2. Let's plot this point. So y-intercept is negative 2. We always start with y-intercept, and then we're going to rise 1 and then run 2. I'm going to do that over and over and then plot our points. Rise 1 and run 2. And if you go down, make sure you go towards left. Okay. And now let's graph our second equation. Okay, so we're rewriting the second equation so you can clearly see next to the other equation, 1 over 2x minus 2. So our slope is 1 over 2, which will be rise 1. Since it's a positive, we're going to go up and run 2 towards right. And our y-intercept is negative 2. Well, what do you notice? It seems like both equations have the same slope and y-intercept. We did not see these similarities before because our first equation was written in a standard form. Had we seen it, we will know that it's exactly the same equation. So when we're plotting this, it does overlap. So we're going to go ahead and do that. The same thing, our y-intercept is negative 2 and our slope is 1 over 2 going up 1 and 2 to the side. And so let's go ahead and draw our second line, and you can see that, well, they do overlap, which means the solution for this system is infinitely many. Infinitely many solutions will mean two people are starting from the same spot. Let's say it's a race, and they're going at the same speed. So they'll end up at the finish line at the same time. All right, let's summarize what we learned. We can solve system of equations by graphing. Sometimes the equations are written in a standard form, and we found the x-intercept and y-intercept to graph, and we also converted the equation into y-intercept form to graph. And the intersection point gives us the solution, which is the x and y values. There are three types of solution. When we have the one solution, that means the lines are intersecting, and that will be our solution point. And there's no solution. It means that the lines are parallel to each other, and there's infinitely many solutions. That means the lines are overlapping. Pat on your back, great work today. If you found this helpful, make sure to like the video and subscribe to Teaching Math so you never miss a step-by-step lesson. Remember, learning math takes patience, practice, and perseverance. See you on the next one.